I'm not sure if y'all remember this, but a few days ago I made this tweet talking about how setups in Brazil like to die due to poor thermodynamics. And this setup right here that I mentioned here on the 21st of August is a perfect example of that. The example of this tweet still is a good example today, right now. And I mentioned that normally thermodynamics get better as we get closer to the event, and they did kind of, but they are still not good. You can see right here that we have the main drop here. I'm going to call it L because it's a low pressure system. You can see the trough is mainly ejecting over Uruguay, but we do have some good influence on the trough here over Rio Grande do Sul, some good convergence as well. Overall, a very decent trough, right? It is a slightly positive, slightly negative tilted as well, or maybe a little bit not a little bit more to the neutral side, but it's still a fairly decent trough. It's not the worst trough in the world. We got better troughs multiple times, but this is a decent trough. And then you look at Atlantic facing millibars, and you see, wow, like we have some good low level jet. Like everything is going great. Like, and then you go into the temperatures. The temperatures are decent. We have a cold front right here, right? So let me draw it. Have a small cold front. Also, I'm sorry for not having a decent zoom feature. Unfortunately, pivotal weather doesn't care about Brazilians. But you can see right here we have a cold front right here, right? Small cold front. This is going to bring some good cold temperatures later this week. It's moving north, so it's moving north northeastern. And we have some good forcing here. We have a trough. We have another forcing mechanism, which is the cold front. We have some good low level moisture since dew point in the 23s, 22s Celsius, of course. And then you look at the instability. And this is most stable cape for a reason, because the ML cape is completely dog shit. I mean, it is not. It is probably the best thermodynamics I've seen in a setup here in Brazil in a while. But yeah, yet again, we have the world's biggest inversion. ML cape's poor, although surface cape is decent. Mid-level abstracts are mid, although they are still better than Northeast. But you do have a decent shear, like you do have a good shear. But we never get those good thermodynamics. The same goes for the next day, the 22nd, right? You can see yet again a very decent looking trough. Now we have the trough ejecting over Rio Grande do Sul and Santa Catarina. You can look here in the low level jet. We have good low level jet. Yet again, the cold front is moving. The cold front already is like in the middle of Rio Grande do Sul, moving a little bit northwards. We still have good temperatures. However, the dew points are mid, but you can work with 18 to 17 if the temperatures are not that high, and they're not that high either. They're 23, 24. You can work with that. But yet again, the atmosphere overall is not good, because yet again the giant inversion that I just mentioned comes back, and you have poor cape, poor lapse rates, a terrible profile overall for a setup that has some decent shear. Yet again, you can see right here up to 90 knots of deep layer shear. Yes, of course, this is probably contaminated, but that's it. That is Brazil, guys. Amazing synodics. The kinematics are great. Amazing wind shear. Good low level jets. But then when you need that thermodynamic boost, it dies. And when we do have those good thermodynamics, we lack the actual good kinematic system. And even then, sometimes when you had it both, sometimes setups bust. I love forecasting in Brazil.